Did I get bodied in my last attempted run of SNKRX? Yes. Am I gonna get bodied this time? Maybe. I'm gonna start though. It's new game +2. We died 15 of 25 last time. Wave 15 of 25. We're gonna try to improve upon this. Whoops. Oh, you can just crash into them on wave 1 and wave 2. Don't even sweat that, man. Like, look at this. Okay, maybe, like, we'll just shoot a couple of you, but, like, the rest of you, we're just gonna freaking steamroll, like so. Okay, why am I wasting all my time trying to drive the snake? Just send it, straight to the spawn point here. Are you... What is rogue? Rogue? Oh, we're not a rogue. We're looking for rangers, actually. You know, I gotta say, a vagrant. It's quite tempting. Deals AoE damage in an area. Because we're almost at level 3 Ranger, which gives a barrage, well, a 1 in 12 chance to release a barrage on attack to allied Rangers. But I gotta say, I love the AoE. We're not too worried about getting synergies going early. I think we learned last time. And I honestly think we can take a lot of positivity out of that last run. But I think we learned last time, you know, what you have in the early game is way less about, like, name something that can beat the run. And much more about, like, make something that can survive that wave, allow you to get your economy off the ground. Once it's off the ground, maybe, like, start selling those merchants instead of doubling down on them. And then take it from there. I like a Vagrant, though, and I like an Arcanist as well. Launches a slow-moving orb. I mean, I think it's just nice to have a lot of things that do AoE damage, so if we run into trouble, we're not saddled with, like, only having a couple of units that can land things. Like, the Arcanist shooting that blue projectile is mighty helpful, I think. But I think, right now, and we're not committed yet, but definitely it seems like we can hit a rogue synergy super quickly. And the Vagrant is so cheap, man. So cheap, doing decent damage, enabling our rogue synergy, but obviously the downside is they're a mono class unit. They don't cross party lines. Our first upgrade. Projectiles that chain gain 25% damage with each chain. I don't know why I can't speak. 10% damage, defense, and attack speed to all allies with at least one enchanter class in them. All warriors gain 5%. So we could reroll for 0, but I think chaining projectiles do more damage is kind of interesting. Although, now that I look at it, I'm like, hold on. Wait, the Vagrant, I was completely wrong. It is not a mono class. I don't know what I was thinking. And also, it's not a rogue at all. Okay, so clearly this is a good start. We are looking for attacks that chain, though. We'll get our level 2 Vagrant. We'll get to our first level of Archer Synergy. We won't waste any money on rerolls yet. And we'll think. So, we don't necessarily... Just because I stupidly took chained attacks do more damage, we don't have to commit to chaining. But I do like the chained attacks. And we can get there's other items we can get after waves that give us synergies in that as well. Like, you know, I think there's like chaining more or something like that. Like, attacks get +2 chains added to them. Attacks that chain twice, 2 more times, which is not twice as often, as confusing as that is. Hey, it's 9:26 on a Wednesday morning. Cut me some slack here, okay? I'm trying to make it work. You know what? Maybe it's a good time to take a little caffeine break. After all, we are 4 minutes into the episode. I mean, I'm getting a little exhausted over here. Okay, watch out for the blue. The blue is a little spicy. Watch out for the turret. We got a turret on this one as well. I would say that was not really watched out for, but that's okay. This is going just fine. Now watch, if a turret spawns, we got to get in there pretty quick. Green is the scary one, because, again, it turns all enemies into, like, chargers like this, or swarmers, whatever you want to call them. Anyway, we're doing just fine. So far, so good. Even got a level of interest there. We can take a witch. It would give us a level 1 sorcerer synergy. I don't think that's bad. Just something to keep us going here early. I'm gonna be honest. I'm taking an Uncle Infestor here, just because of the fact that they're a tier 3 unit. So I look at a tier 3 unit and I think to myself, this is something we buy now, even if we don't necessarily have huge synergies. And it's doing great for us, by the way. Just spawning a bunch of orange critters here that are doing a bunch of damage. Like that was huge. Crits from rogues deal 8x, but normal attacks deal half, plus 2 critter health. We'll start there, because it seems like... I mean, this is our best unit. I'm not saying we're going to build around it, but this is our best unit so far. I'm super not sold on the idea of a Forcer that knocks back enemies. I think we're just going to chill here. But you know what it is? It's like when you're constructing like a Magic the Gathering deck, which I have not done in a long time, but... you know, there's some things you add to the deck because they synergize with other cards you got, you know? All Thopters get +1/+1. You're going to add that to a Thopter deck. And then there's things you add because they're just good. You know, like a Black Lotus, for example. I guess that's a good pick. It's apparently that card's pretty good. But that, you don't need to have a Lotus-themed deck in order for your Black Lotus to be good. It just does good things. And I feel like even if we're not going to build around the Critter Lord here, it's already doing good stuff for us. I like a Pyromancer as well, I gotta be honest. It also makes our Voiders better. Our other Voider is a Witch, which I think we're going to keep for a while. Let's throw this up at the front of the list here. And we'll take the other Magician for now. I don't know if we're going to keep the Magicians forever, but again, I gotta remind myself, it's literally 1 gold. Great start. Just lose half of the HP on all of your units by walking straight into the enemies. Okay, and then your Pyromancer's dead. On the bright side, they accomplished absolutely nothing, so the loss of the Pyromancer doesn't feel so bad because I misused them to begin with. I don't know what the heck I was doing with the snake over there. I hate the chargers, dude. They hit each other. They hit each other. We're saved. The critters are doing incredible work. Please. Please, what the heck are you doing, man? What are you doing? You're just spinning right on top of them when they spawn. It's alright. As long as we got Uncle Infestor chilling there, I'm not sweating it. We got critters doing our dirty work for us. So that went really badly. I think I blame it on my own driving at the spawn in particular. We could take a Cryomancer. Nearby enemies take damage, and enemy defense is lowered. I don't think it's a great unit, but it does kind of fulfill a synergy for us. I mean, we have 4 level 1 synergies right now. I'm not too worried about the area of effect on the Cryomancer. I mostly got it for the synergy for the time being. Everything else is, let's not call it secondary, but of secondary import. Hard to follow. I mean, and that was just horrible driving. I must acknowledge, okay, that because of the fact that the first bespoke SNKRX video we did, I won with AoE and kind of just wiped the final boss. I have had a tendency since then to be like, let's not roll AoE because it's kind of, it feels a little cheesy. But maybe it's not cheesy, maybe it's just good, and even if it is cheesy, maybe I need it. Maybe I need it. But I'll tell you, I'm looking at this and I'm going, I think we want some critter synergies. We certainly have some things I would not mind getting rid of. I don't like the Ouroboros techniques, as it requires too much work for me. So heavy impact is interesting if you go for Forcer builds, but I think I'm just gonna make critters stronger for now. And let me look at this, okay? We don't want to reroll yet. I mean, that wave is probably the hard wave for now, so let's just not drive into enemies. Our economy, I think, is doing pretty well, all things considered. Don't let them charge you. There you go. It's probably worth taking a little contact damage if you can stop getting charged. So I will say, probably the next thing I'll look for is an opportunity to sell some of the stuff that doesn't fulfill a synergy, and again, the more like duplicate, triplicate class units that we can get to enable some more of our synergies. I mean, we didn't do anything there, and yet, didn't we? Look at that. Infestor's a gimme. At this point, what are you? The units we want. Magician's tier 2, Archer, Witch, Infestor's tier 3, Barrager and Pyromancer are tier 3. I'm gonna go for a shop upgrade so we can get to tier 3 units faster. And then I'm not gonna roll down yet, okay? Another part of the strategy that I might be lacking at the present moment is you know, I don't know. I know which waves are tough on New Game +1. The wave 21 is the gold standard, right? I lost a unit there. It must have been a blue enemy I killed that shot knives at me. Yep. There comes another one. That's where, like, a healer would be useful, I think, but I'm going off, you know, what I've been told by chat, but they said the later you get into the game, the less likely it'll be that healers are useful for you, because your units just die in, like, one ill-advised hit. But yeah, I don't know what waves are tough yet. I definitely think, you know, it's cheap to keep a Vagrant going here. Usurer has been okay or what seemed okay for us on the last one. It enables our Void synergy. It also gets a Curse synergy going there. Just thinking. We could definitely dump an Arcanist in favor of a Usurer, which will make our Cursors do better, which makes the Infestor do better. Okay, okay. And then we're just figuring it out, you know? Mage and Voider? I wouldn't want to lose the Mage unnecessarily. Are we keeping Barragers? Or are we selling Barragers? I mean, they are a Ranger, which we've been kind of speccing into. I think we want to... I don't think we're going to go there. I think we want to sell Rangers to take Infestors, which are Swarmers. Definitely getting to a level 2 Pyromancer makes me feel like that was good enough. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, because we want to keep mages because I think the Pyromancer is gonna spend some time here. We need to kill enemies so we get critters. I gotta remember my win condition, okay? When you kill enemies, you get critters. The critters do a lot of damage. Now we don't get that. I'm going to lose. I may not. I'm going to lose. Don't get hit by the blue knives, man. Get him, get him. Okay, the knives could still kill you. Just be careful. Get me out of here. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, no, oh my god. Okay. Well, we're running it back. That went wrong. That's where a healer would have been helpful. Okay, sure. That's painful. It's painful. It's a little painful. The Beastmaster doesn't do anything by default, but we will take them regardless. New Game +2 is no joke. I'm forever haunted by the specter of the fact that Dan, my good friend, colleague, and competitor, has gotten the New Game +5 in this game. At the risk of saying something that'll offend him, the man's got 2 kids with a third on the way. How could I possibly think I could handle my snake with the same kind of skill that he does? I apologize. We need rogues as fast as possible. I think I'll just take a magician on this one, and then, you know, just something that does damage. We got the red, white, and blue. Also known as one of the most recognizable flags in the world. The flag of the Netherlands. Alright. Don't be mad. This is not a deep blue. This is the baby blue of the Dutch flag. Don't be mad at me just because you're an amateur vexillologist. Area clear. Right now, we're staying flexible. We'll take... Yes, we will take a second Swarmer and be very happy. But we do need a Rogue. Without a Rogue synergy that guarantees crits, our Beastmaster still doesn't really do anything, I think. But I do like the idea of a spawning strategy. I mean, I think that we were doing just fine. I drove badly on the last one. It's hard for a young man to admit, but I think my driving caused our problems there. We needed to remember, you stand far away, curse enemies. When they die with the curse on them, they spawn critters. The critters do your work for you, and then it just accelerates because the critters kill enemies who have been cursed. They spawn more critters, and that does more damage to enemies who have been cursed, and so on and so forth. Speak now or forever hold your peace. So I am trying to kind of force a build here, which is maybe like not the right way to play, but it's the way I do be playing though. So far, so good. Wall Rider. Hitting walls gives you a movement speed buff for a second. Projectiles that chain do better. Cursed durations are longer. I'm going to start with a reroll. I'm going to say taking damage hurts enemies, although I'm not thrilled with it. We'll take the obvious play here and keep it going. Again, we're not investing in frivolous rerolls early. But getting to possibly level 2 units that are cheap is not frivolous, because they will serve us a purpose before we sell them. Beautiful. Okay, keep those critters going. I don't fear the basic enemies. We merely escape. Everything's going just fine right now. Don't let them charge you. Okay, they've charged me. Perfect timing. Watch out for blue. There you go. I saw it coming. I was like, he's gonna die. We just want to stay like in between the cardinal directions. We will take a Magician. Now, a Usurer is not bad. It is a Cursor. I mean, every time we've taken this unit, we've died. But in my head, I'm like, they're not bad. Hey, man, they're not bad. I think we're going to chill for now. Let's get that econ up a little bit faster. And again, we're not trying to force things. But as long as we're not struggling too much with the wave... I'm feeling like pretty good about things. The flip side is usually we don't even struggle with waves, we just dive. When a wave gets too tough, it's not like we really see it coming, we just bite the dust. And I'm realizing now, I'm starting to feel, let's not say underpowered, but I'm not feeling like we're dominant here. So this would maybe be an okay time to add some stuff. Even just adding, you know, one of units that don't fit potential synergy. Let's take a quick caffeine break. We love to get a level 2 unit. For the time being, I'll take a cleric. And we could level up our shop, but for the time being, I'm going to take a cleric just to give us a little bit of extra sustain. More critters, please. More critters. And the more damage we can do to the elite before we kill the wave that surrounds them, the better. It's a really interesting, like, skill gain that goes on in this game, right? Like, but it took so much for me early on just to understand, like, at any level what I was doing in the shop or driving. Now I'm like, I feel somewhat more capable in the shop. My driving, on the other hand, not so much. Intimidation. Enemies are weaker. I really like it, man. I'm going right there. It's because it's hard to make it bad. The Psychino pulls enemies together for 2 seconds. Is, you know, it makes allied psychers better. But it's a Forcer and a Mage, which doesn't really appeal to me. And this doesn't do any damage. I don't want to reroll, though. Throws a fan of 5 knives. You know what? We could do Outlaw Saboteur. Now we have a rogue synergy, which means our Beastmaster can finally actually spawn critters, and our critters are stronger because of our level 1 spawner synergy. I'm finally getting the words right. So I want to see more critters out there. It's only a 15% crit chance. But that's okay. I do want to see an Infestor. I think an Infestor is like that's one of the borderline, like, endgame potential units for us here. That seems like it is going just fine here. Mind you, this should be an easier wave to begin with, but we're getting a lot of crits, man. Or a lot of critters, I should say. It's weird how those words are so similar. Oh, I think we finally just saw one. It's the big orange one, right? Okay, okay. So maybe we try a rogue. We might as well fish for that second level cleric for now. Again, it's very cheap, but and by fish I mean not fish, i.e. not reroll ever at all. But watch out, yes, that's why. It's all right. We did lose the Beastmaster just as they were accomplishing something, but that's okay. So I guess I can understand now why the healer maybe is not so valuable. As long as we still got the whatever the spawner is that just spits one out every like every 2 seconds, then I'm feeling okay. Like that's kind of like the meat and potatoes of our run right now. That did not go super well though. Sure, for the time because you're cheap. For the time being, I'm gonna do that. This is a hard wave. I'm gonna reroll just a little bit. I'm gonna try to take a scout, because again, we're going for that synergy. I'm not gonna go too much further than this. We could enable a conjurer synergy, which actually, for the time being, I'm gonna accept that. Because it says summon duration is longer. I'm assuming that summon is critters. Like, that's a keyword that seems like it would make sense. So I overspent because I wasn't confident in our ability on this particular... Like, the last wave had me rethinking... this is not where we want to be. The last wave had me rethinking my life. I can't believe we didn't lose a unit there. I can believe we lost some there. That's not a surprise to me. It's the turrets. We want to... I really don't want to crash into enemies, but I would like to make sure the turrets die before they can shoot and kill almost our whole squad. That being said, this is still okay for now. That could change pretty quickly. Oh, you're spawning more, huh? Critters. Critters! Please, just take a shot. Thank you, thank you. Well, I'm glad I bought. I'm very glad I bought. Let's be faster. I still think that's good. I might be wrong. It wouldn't be the first time. And now we're in a good spot. We can roll a little. Level 2 cleric. I like to see it. Maybe we'll stop our rolling there. Let's start to think of our plan. You know, we want to get to tier 3 shop, or at least I'm rolling. I knew it was coming. I know it doesn't do anything for us right away, but I knew it was coming. We want more rogues. As soon as we see them, I think now's the right time. More rogues and more swarmers. So we'll dump starting soon. Maybe not right away, but we'll dump like a cleric, I think, and start to pick up rogues and swarmers. Rogues and swarmers. Just remind yourself. It's good to keep it in your brain. Rogues and swarmers are high on the list. I love when the chargers just run into each other. That's very helpful for me. I wouldn't necessarily say we got a great thing going here, because I've said that and cursed myself many times before. But we've at least lived this long. Now, we have taken a Saboteur. The Saboteur is a rogue, so we're unlikely to leave them. Let's keep him. We're getting really close to a level 3 Vagrant, which is going to be tough for me to dump. And that's okay. Rogues and Swarmers. Scout we will be keeping. Hunter is not a rogue. We may not keep them, so let's not invest. Rogues and Swarmers. Dude. I felt like I had to try. No thank you. No thank you. Okay. There's a chance. So, I'm telling you, it's going alright, okay? Watch out for the bluebies. Those are the spicy ones. You gotta fear them just a touch. You know, At least we only got hit one time by that. That's in some ways, that's progress. But once our synergies really start to kick off, I just want to see orange critters just like swarming the map. We're not there yet. We're generating some. And am I concerned about our survival? Not really. I'd say, you know, I'm on like threat level 3 of 10 right now. I'm not really concerned about the end of this wave. We should be fine. Let's see what we got here. I don't see rogues. I'm a simple man. I don't see rogue swarmers. I say no. We don't take clerics for no reason. We will keep the scout going. That's level 2. It's nice. We will keep the scout going. The cleric, I mean, is tempting me. Don't get me wrong. The vagrant is now level 3. Again, that's going to be hard to dump. I don't see rogue swarmers, so I move on. It's an elite wave. It's got me frightened. I'm trying to set a new PB. If we could at least live until, oh no, I don't want to be here. Oh no, 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 no. If we could at least live until wave, there's so many blues, dude. How are you supposed to dodge that? It can't be done. If I could at least live until wave 13, that would be something for me. We now have no swarmers. No critters are being spawned. We have a barrager that does very little. We do have our healer, though. Or do we? Please, just, yes, get him, get him. Get him! Thank you, thank you. Okay, I was gonna say we're gonna live, but now I'm not certain. I gotta be honest, mostly because I'm kind of bad. The healer is doing incredible work for us. If it weren't for the healer, we definitely would have lost there. Crits from rogues deal 8x damage. We're really going hard on the rogue synergy, so I'm gonna go for it. You are a rogue, which I think means in my world I have to take you. So what do we dump? I think I hate to say it because they were pretty good for us. Give me a moment here. The cleric is guild free, although they did keep us alive last time. Rogue spawner, rogue swarmer. It's cheap enough for now. I think we go for it. Yes, okay. I don't feel bad. I'm gonna invest 1 level in our shop and reroll. In the future, rogues and swarmers at tier 3 should be a little easier to find now. I have no confidence. I go back and forth between having no understanding of how a loss could possibly happen to no understanding of how I used to have any confidence whatsoever. So but I gotta tell you, it seems like it's going pretty well right now. But it's more to be determined by like enemy composition than it is by my own skill. We got so lucky there. I'm just waiting. Anytime I see a special unit, I'm scared. So again, it's funny now, like anytime I'm in the wave, I'm actually just talking about like what I want the shop to look like, but I guess that's how these games go, right? I am looking for rogue spawners, no question. And I gotta be willing to dump, like, maybe our level 1 conjurer synergy to make it happen. That's so a thief. A thief gives us our max rogue synergy. So, are we okay? Do we have a barrager, don't we? What the heck was shooting? Is that what's the green ball we're shooting out here? Is that the pet from the hunter? So I think we're gonna dump conjurer to get thief. Max level rogue synergy. We're really... I mean, we could take an assassin, which gives us a voider synergy instead. I mean, we could just take an assassin and have them crit as well, is the other thing. Because I mean, that gives us value. I mean, to be honest with you, we could dump a spellblade. Take an assassin. I don't know if this is good now that I think about it, but it didn't screw us. We love the Beastmaster, don't we? We love the host. Keep him going. We love the scout. In some ways. We're on wave 14. I'm stunned we have not seen more swarmers. But I guess that's how these games go sometimes. You know, that's what makes it a fun, you know, endlessly replayable experience. It's going to be a little different every time. Now, I'm operating under the assumption we do have 6 rogues, okay? We sold a rogue mage to make a rogue voider. I think it's less that we sold the rogue mage to take a different rogue, and it's much more that we sold the rogue mage because the assassin does more damage, and those critical chances do 8x damage because of the items we picked up. I'm telling you, if we could just get a couple swarmers going here, this whole thing is gonna open right up. I do not see a swarmer. 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 I don't see a swarmer. I don't see a swarmer. There is no swarmer. No swarmers exist. Infestor. We need to get it. This is a spend. Level 2 host. Getting up there on scout. I think at this point we're dumping. We can't dump the vagrant for nothing, man. On the other hand, we have to. We can't dump anything with rogue in the name. So that leaves vagrant and magician. Okay, you know what? I'm glad I looked. We can dump magician to take Infestor. And then we'll have to dump vagrant later in order to take our 4th Infestor. But we don't have to dump it yet. Or our 4th Swarmer, I should say. Okay, if we make it through this wave, it's the best we've ever done. And I would say we're already almost there because we didn't just immediately lose half of our HP by driving into the spawn point. So there is that. Love the Infestor damage, which equals way more critters. There we go. Get the Infestor curse comes in. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. Let's not call it a steamroll. I have no idea what died, but it's okay. Once you get onto the level, you're just driving, man. It's just driving. Still spawning plenty of critters. Still got the Infestor spawning even more. Turrets are gonna shoot. You know it was bound to happen. Look at the swarm, though. Look at this. Please shoot him. Thank you. Dude, look at... Okay, this is a new world record. All allies with enchanters do better. Enemies that hit a wall take damage. That's a reroll for me. Extra damage to voiders over time. I think extra knockback. Attacks by mages, nukers, or voiders have a 10%, 20% chance to make a void rift. I think we reroll again, which is spicy, but... Bro, really? Projectiles that chain? I guess we're going projectiles that chain, but it burns me up a little bit. And we won't reroll because I just spent heavy on the item rerolls. We do have some chaining attacks, I think. I think the assassin has chain knives, maybe? I'm choosing not to read whether or not they do because we're already sunk there. You know, we have the sunk cost. It's not really a fallacy. It's more like it's the cement cost acceptance. I'm resigned to the fact that nothing we can do can change that at this point. But I'm feeling mighty confident about our mid game here. Not feeling too bad about our mid game here. Nothing's dead. We're doing a great job. You know, the best defense is a good offense. That hurts. The blue enemies are really, really tough to dodge, especially the longer your snake gets. But hey, this is why you build a strong unit here. Strong snake again. It's the curse, right? As soon as I said I was confident, it's all falling apart. But we still got swarms coming in there. Don't charge me. They're charging me in just a second here. I'm scared. There's the fear. More swarms. More swarms. Okay, final wave. Do the damage fast. Oh, I'm toasted. I'm toasted. I'm not toasted. I'm not technically toasted yet. Please. We're gonna win. No, we're not gonna win. The purples are not mine. Okay. We're gonna win. Oh my, though. There you go. Nice shot. Okay. Easy. Easy mode. Ooh, Swarmers. Don't forget, we're looking for swarmers. Saboteur. Not a swarmer, but a rogue. We will not sell you. Outlaw. Closing in. Scout. Closing in. I'm re-rolling one more time because I'm scared. I'm re-rolling one more time. Okay, and then I didn't even look for swarmers for a bit there, so I apologize. I possibly cost myself the exact synergy I'm looking for, but every neuron is firing at maximum potential right now. The heck is going on there? Maybe I don't want to know. Okay. The longer enemies... the longer your Uncle Infestor lives, the easier every wave becomes. I know the critters don't last forever, but they do be lasting for long enough to make a pretty sizable difference. And similarly, when you start losing your spawners, life becomes more complicated over time, without a doubt. So, it all boils down to a very simple principle. Have your units live as long as possible. If you can accomplish that, then you can accomplish anything. Once we make it to the final wave, I usually feel pretty good. It's the blue worms, man. Those are the worst. Okay. Very important. I'm happy with where our shop is, because we have some tier 3 units. Assassin. We're looking for more infestors. I think yes, absolutely. We didn't get the... Not infestor. I mean, yes, we're looking for infestors. We're looking for swarmers, but we haven't gotten them yet. But that's okay. Our economy's doing all right. I know in TFT, re-rolling past 50, unless you're rolling all the way down, is considered anathema, but I'm just doing my best here, okay? I'm just doing my best. We're doing quite a lot of damage to this elite right out the gates. Begging for the location through text of our gold synergy swarmer. Very good wave. We get an item. Wall Echo, Divine Punishment. Deal damage to enemies based on how many mages or sorcerers you have. Reroll me. Knives thrown by rogues. Chain more? No, I'm just gonna take the flat 20% damage. Swarm. 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 I went a little further than I should, but that's okay. Here we are. 19. Now, 21 on New Game Plus 1 is mighty dangerous. Okay? So, I wouldn't say I'm not worried about level 19, but I'm very worried about level 21. Because if it's hard on New Game Plus 1, I imagine it's not going to be any easier on New Game Plus 2. But given how this run got a little spicy at various points up to this juncture, I'm a little surprised at how relatively well it's doing right now. It just goes to show you, you know, in these games, in any roguelite, I suppose, it's not necessarily like a proportional scale upwards, you know? You have discrete moments where you jump in power quite a lot, depending on, you know, what you're able to kick up in your shop, for example. So that was pretty good. I'm getting stoked. This is a dream shop. Level 2 Infestor. Assassin gets closer. Beastmaster finally hits level 2. We'll probably freeze at 50 for now. But maybe before 21, we might roll down. I don't know. Like we're getting closer to the point where I think it's getting pretty valuable for us to, you know, not hold anything back. Obviously, when you spend, there is an opportunity cost on all future waves because you're giving up some degree of compound interest, or all of your compound interest, but hey, that's not great. There you go. That's terrible. We got so lucky that they spawned like a microsecond after we moved out of the way. Still lost some units, but life goes on. Just literally steered right into them. But also, I steered into them with my level 3 Vagrant, so I'm not sweating that too much. As long as we still got, you know, Swarmers doing what Swarmers do, we got the Rogues dealing the occasional crit, like, I'm not feeling bad, man. This was totally... Oh, we still got one more wave. Okay, but up to that point, it was totally fine. Good enough. Good enough. Okay, I mean, we should... perhaps... Corruptor! Okay, there's our synergy. I think now we spend down. And we're just going for units we already got. And I'm saying we spend down because we literally... That's not great. There we go. At least we got to a level 2. We traded a level 3 unit for a level 2 that fulfilled a synergy. And we'll freeze it there. So I think that was a good opportunity for us to spend down in order to end up in a position where, you know, we could make up for the loss in power. We maybe get the synergy and the power gain out of that. So this is a hard wave. We've lost a unit already. It was not the cursed swarmers, so I'm unperturbed. I mean, as you can see, when the enemies spawn in a very bad location for them, there's very little to worry about for me. Just you try not to run in there. You're halfway through. You've lost 2 units. The more units you lose, the more likely you are to lose units in the future, so it's not like exactly a proportional scale. But similarly, the longer that things go on, the less likely you are to lose units in the future because there's just less waves to hit. So I'm feeling confident. Now, not for the whole game, but I'm feeling confident for wave 21. It's nice, you know, all I have to do is drive and not hit anything. That's, you know, pretty much the driving style that I've tried to embody in my real life as well. So this is, it doesn't feel too foreign to me. I really like the idea, we're gonna take some serious hits here, but I like the idea of the swarmer scaling, where like the more of them that you get, the more of them they create and so on and so forth. So daggers do even better. I will take. It's hard to afford a reroll here. We might just want to try to reestablish our economy and then maybe spend down on the final wave. I mean, I think there's a chance we win now. Remember that over time, the waves get more difficult within each level. However, no wave is as hard for our build as the first wave when we don't have any critters yet, or we only have the ones that get created like ambiently. So you should actually, like, to some extent, as long as we're outscaling the enemies, we should gain confidence as time goes on. We're gonna lose the occasional snake component. As long as it's, you know, not too many or not the critical ones, we don't worry too much. In some, not all these enemy waves are created equal. Some of them we wipe in like a second, and some of them last a little bit longer. But I definitely feel like we're in the running. Obviously, the levels are getting a little tougher, though. They're not over in a minute, like, or less than a minute, like the ones in the early game. New Game Plus 2 is no joke. I can't believe Dan got the New Game Plus 5, man. I mean, on the one hand, obviously, like, the enemies get tougher. It is easier to get the synergies to max level because you have a longer snake. So there's some pluses and there's some minuses, you know? It's a very dynamically balanced game so far. We've still only lost 3 units. Even though it looks... Okay, 4 units? Even though it looks really dangerous here, I don't think it's too bad. Okay, now I'm very frightened. I am convinced we will lose. Wave 12. Okay, just... watch out for the charger. What is purple unit? Oh, no. When you see the extra X's, you're like... That's where you get scared. But look at this. We're still in here. I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna do it. I think we've done it. Do you just buff the other enemies? Like, I don't understand what you do. I still think you don't spend down yet. I think the dream for me is to spend down as late as possible. Wave 1 of 14. So a much longer episode than I thought was going to happen here, but that's okay. I thought I was going to sneak an Isaac in today. It doesn't always come to pass. And hey, man, in the spirit of variety, I'm happy to be here. I can't believe that the Chargers managed to sneak in there. I thought I was doing some incredible dodging. We are about to lose a rogue here. I'm just glancing at the HP. But just, you know, oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. Just rebuild. We're rebuilding. Good dodge on the Charger. Just that probably bought us a living unit. So, okay, that's a little spicy. As long as the Charger dies fast enough, we don't sweat it too much. 2 enemies, or 2 units on our snake are dead. We're about halfway. That's okay. It's not glowing. I think you're spawning middle. Okay, everywhere. It's not glowing, but it's okay. I was just begging for the Swarmer, or the Charger to get killed. And, oh no. Okay, we got 2 units left for 5 waves. Watch out for the Chargers. We literally just have a single rogue. That's a bad sign. On the other hand, pretty easy run to pilot right now. Okay, never mind. Oh my god. Yeah, 1 hit and we're dead. This is over. I wish it weren't. I mean, this is a bad sign. Just keep it moving. Good use of the wall reflection. You knew it was coming. Hey, still had a great time on this run. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And hey, a new personal best for now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support, and I'll see you next time. See ya.